Hey guys, Jan of Hicks Creates here, coming at you with today's Stitch With Me. I wanted to explain that this isn't actually today's Stitch With Me though. It is what I recorded last Friday and never uploaded. I am working on my spring design that is now in my shop for free and will be free until the end of February. So a lot of you have already gotten it. If you haven't yet, please get over there and get it. I also wanted to let you know that Raquel, Mrs. Sadas, has created a pack for the spring design. So if you want to stitch with the silks that I used, run over to her shop and get them. I will link all that below, of course. So like I said, I recorded this last week. This was the day that Sasha was feeling ill. We had made an appointment to get to the vet. None of his care had happened yet. So I mentioned several times about Sasha being sick. We are past that. I mentioned several other things that I've had to chop some out because I was recording at the same time with my GoPro, hoping to have kind of like a picture-in-picture thing going because people wanted to see my setup. So I have some comments in there that just don't make any sense because of it. I was going to go through and chop them all out, but then I think it would have gotten so choppy that it just would have been really weird. So please forgive me for any incongruities, any inconsistencies. Just know that you're going back in time in this video. But I did feel, I talked a lot about the silks, and not a lot, but I did make some comments. Again, I am stitching with silk on this project, of course. But I make some comments about how to use silk and kind of responding to a couple comments I got on my Basics of Cross Stitch silk video. So I felt that was useful to put out there in the world. So I hope you do enjoy this. Like I said, forgive me for the inconsistencies and the weirdness and the time travel. All right, guys, I will talk to you on Monday. Maybe. I have a friend in town, one of my neighbors from Maryland, is actually arriving on island this afternoon. She's here with her husband her husband's here for a working conference. So I'm going to be entertaining her for the 3 days that her husband's at his meetings. So I don't know. I will definitely do a floss tube on Tuesday, but I don't know about Monday. I will try. No promises. You'll see me on Tuesday though. Until then, I hope you get something out of this video. If nothing else, something about the silks. Until I talk to you again, have fun. Bye-bye. I will have DMC equivalents for this chart as well. I may or may not have variegated overdyed cotton equivalent. You know, it's just so hard to do getting the, just using the pictures online of threads. And I had hoped to at least have a house hunting trip to San Antonio at the beginning of February so I could pick the threads at the store there while I was there for that. But like I said in my floss tube video, I don't know when that's going to happen. Not until later in the month, and I really want to get this out for you guys. I am using Knit Companion, like I said, so I'm going to, oops, no, where am I? Hold on. I do need to mark this off. Come on. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Mark off what I just stitched on the pattern. For some reason it's not marking where I'm going to go because we are not in Magic Marker. We were in Notes. It's the other thing you can do in Knit Companion is write little like notes on the pattern, which I'm finding really helpful for when I'm designing. So with the winter pattern, I did have a paper copy and I had notes and arrows scribbled all over it. I decided to use the electronic pattern for this one to test on, and I can put little notes on the pattern in Knit Companion as well. So yeah, as I said, nothing new on the move. Mike's parents are doing well. They don't really need us as much as we think they need us, I guess, which isn't a bad thing. I do have all the, it was pretty cloudy, I do have all the blinds open, and now I have sun coming in here on my work, so I hope that's a good look for you. Anyways, your Mike's parents, they have windows that need to be replaced. They have some water damage that they're getting fixed, and they have all that all lined up. They have solar panels that need to be replaced, but their solar panels are through Tesla, and Tesla right now is so backed up in the Southwest, replacing all kinds of old panels, that they're going to sell the house with it saying in the contract that, you know, Tesla will be coming out to give them totally new solar panels at some time in the future. But anyways, they have movers all lined up. Well, they know who they're going to use. They don't have them lined up yet because they'll wait until we have dates to be there. They want to make sure they are still in their house in Surprise, so that we can get the RV and park it in front of their house. Oh boy, that sun's really glaring. Sorry about that. And park it in front of their house while we get it ready, and, you know, so we can leave the cats in there and all that before we head over to San Antonio. But they are doing well, so that's one less thing to worry about, right? Be thankful for small mercies, that's for sure. Anyway, so silk, as you saw, I separated the floss the same way, stitch with it the same way. Now, somebody did comment that they couldn't work with the shorter strands like I recommended. Like, I cut that big hank down to 14-inch strands. They said they just couldn't work with that. And it is a shorter strand, that's for sure. And so you do need to be changing more often. It doesn't bother me. Usually I'm working on high enough count fabric that, you know, it kind of goes further, maybe, than you know, what a lot of people do or what people are used to. This woman says that that she, I don't know whether she cuts them a yard long, and then if she needs 2 strands, folds it in half. There's no way I would stitch with a strand of silk that long. That it would just abrade too much. Like this is the Witchelt fabric, the same I'm using for Bloomtopia. Really pretty pale green, which I thought was perfect for this design. But Witchelt is a kind of a stiffer linen, and I'm finding even with the shorter strands that I use for the silk, you can see there that my ends are getting fairly, you know, a bit abraded at this point. By the time I'm done with this strand, I'll try to remember to show you when I get down there, but by the time I'm done with this length, it will be pretty beaten up. And so to work with anything much longer, I couldn't do it. And then she said she does fold it in half if she's working in 2 strands. And I want to caution against that. You know, it's not as big of a deal with cotton, although there are some people that don't like to do that either, because what happens is that you are, I don't know whether you can see this well enough. Do you see the twist there? It's going in the same direction. It's twisting that way. Oops, I'm off camera, it doesn't help. It's going, twisting. It's what's known as a Z twist, I think. I'm not sure. There's a Z twist and an S twist, and I'm not sure. But it's going around like this, right? If you fold it in half, your twists are going in opposite direction. And for silk, that's very important because you have then the light refracting differently on the 2 strands. And so it's going to look I think, a little more chaotic. I can't get the needle to go up in there. Than you really want. Now, maybe with, oh, for heaven's sakes, no wonder. Did you see what I just did there? I put it down straight across instead of diagonal. Oh my. Now maybe with X's it's not as important because you do have, you know, things going both ways basically. But for something like a satin stitch, no, you want to have everything going the same way. Okay, so look at the ends here. Do you see that? In fact, I'm going to have to cut those off to rethread my needle because that would be a pain. I also have my little ort catcher here next to me on the chair. It kind of lives there. So anyway, yeah, I would caution against folding your floss in half and using for silk in particular, and using it that way. I just don't think that's the best way to do it. Having said that, I do that a lot with cotton. And what was I working on? Oh, my other design, my mid-century modern design. That is sheep straw linen by R&R Reproduction, so it is a Zweigert base. I am using 2 strands, and I had a long piece of the floss, cotton, just DMC, and folded it in half. And I have to say, this is the first time I've noticed this. I could actually feel a drag on the fabric, or on the floss coming through the fabric. I could feel it abrading more than what I'm used to. I don't usually notice that feel. And yes, some linen, you know, the rougher linen is going to abrade more, but Zweigert, I don't usually have that problem. And so I thought, okay, well, let me, on the next strand of floss, let me cut a length, you know, and have the 2 strands running the same direction, you know, pull out 2 and recombine them instead of folding over 1, and see if I notice that kind of pull. Now, it might have just been power of suggestion, right? But it did feel different to me. And like I said, I've never noticed that before. I have had people comment that they never do the loop start, fold their floss over like that, because they do notice that, and it does abrade the cotton more as well. It makes sense. Like I said, I've never noticed it before. So, yeah, I stopped doing the loop start on my mid-century modern piece as well. Just something I noticed. As I've said before, there's not really any rules in cross stitch. You know, we all find what works best for us. We all figure out what we can tolerate and what we can't. And, you know, act accordingly. The only rule is make your crosses the same way all the time. At least cross stitch according to Jan. Take that for what it's worth. So yeah, it is Friday here. I don't think I mentioned that. I did say Friday. Stitch with me. Friday, January 31st. We are at the end of January already. Holy cow. 10:58, 76 degrees and partly cloudy. Only going up to 78 today. Brr. I know you people are ready to hit me. That's okay. I'm used to it. I had somebody comment that in Alaska it's been negative 30. I don't know whether that was wind chill or not, but they've had for 3 weeks they've had the coldest spell in Alaska in a while. And of course Alaska has had some kind of warmer winters with the polar vortexes we've had over the winters, the past couple winters. No thanks. Minnesota, of course, is always cold. Who was I talking to yesterday? Oh, I don't remember. Maybe Anne? Anne, was it you? I know you. It's been colder there. Maybe it was you. I talk to a lot of people about the weather because they always want to hit me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. But I am. So, yeah. San Antonio is a little bit cooler than here, but not a whole lot. And of course, by the time we actually get there, spring should be in full swing. So we'll probably be going from fairly similar weather here to what it will be in San Antonio. It stays nice here, at least if it stays like last year. Through June. By nice, I mean not so hot and miserable that we needed the air conditioning all the time. So, and I like not having the air conditioning. I like being able to have everything all open. Hopefully we will get some of that weather in the spring and fall and even into the winter in San Antonio. We shall see. So this is the P that I'm working on this design. I have so many ideas, but I got to get this in my mid-century modern piece done before I start another one. I was really tempted to start another one yesterday and figured I'd better not. I don't know how long I have the GoPro across the room going. I don't know how long. It was down to 39% on the battery, so I don't know how long it's actually going to record. I won't know until I finish this and get up and check it. And then I don't even know if I'm going to use it. It depends on how weird I look sitting here doing this. Oh my. So anyways, what plans do you guys have for this weekend? Anything special going on in your worlds? We don't have anything special here. We thought we were going to be having to go downtown. Our Honda is ready for some maintenance. It's annual maintenance. We're leasing a Honda Civic here, so we will have to break the lease to turn it back in. The rather annoying thing about the timing of all this is that we've had to renew the registration for both the Honda and the Jeep. And then, of course, in a month or so, we're going to be leaving. But, oh goodness, fuzzy up the nose. I keep looking at Sasha. Like I said, he's under the TV stand. Make sure he's still breathing. And yes, it is that bad, I think. I mean, I don't know, that it's that bad. But, he's never been this way before. Where he hadn't eaten or drank anything for so long. There's been times that he hasn't eaten anything just because he's being a butt about the food we put in front of him, but then he complains the entire time. He lets us know that he's hungry and that he's not happy with the management around here. But he's not doing that now. He's just laying around, not moving much. I did manage to get his insulin shot into him this morning, which is good. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to. He was under the bed for a while, but he came out long enough that I could give him a shot. Poor Sasha. All right, so here we are at the end, and you can see the fraying. It's not bad, but I can't imagine working with a longer length, and of course I cut off some of this already. I just can't imagine working with a longer length, a much longer length than what I do already. So this morning I started my day, well, I started it with yoga, as always. Made a batch of pancakes that'll last me a couple weeks. And then I went to Teresa Vanette, Kitten Stitcher's website. She sent out an email that, I don't know whether you can hear that person talking out there, but I hope not. She sent out an email about a clearance sale she's having, so I went and checked out the clearance items. Nothing there really caught my eye, but I did get a couple of other patterns, one of which is a heartstring samplery one that I had, when it first came out, I was interested in it. It's a, what do you call it? It's an armchair cover thingy with little motifs on it, and there's a little pocket for scissors and a little place to put your needles. And you know, this arm is going to be perfect for that. I have my scissors over here, but a lot of times they get in the way when we want to put something else on here, like a bowl of popcorn. And also they have a tendency, you know, when you have a fob on it that has a little weight, they want to like slide down in here, in between the arm and the cushion of the chair. So I think that'll be cool. It'll be kind of underneath my iPad a little bit, but my big worry is that, you know, anytime you have anything square or rectangle, the cats want to, you know, cats for whatever reason are drawn to squares and rectangles, and that's where they want to sit. So I could see that happening in this house. But in the evenings when I'm done and I fold up my iPad, and I usually have it sitting on the arm of the chair recharging, so hopefully that'll keep cats off of it. Okay, let me see. 443. All right, that's all marked. Let's see where I want to go next. I think we'll work up here next. Yeah, so I got that chart, and there's not a lot of stitching on it. Probably the hardest part is going to be the finishing, as always. I got another Scarlet Letter chart. Scarlet Letter has such interesting designs. And Teresa is now carrying Color and Cotton fabrics and the Color and Cotton floss. So I was very happy to see that. I didn't get any this time, but if you're interested in trying out Color and Cotton, she has a bunch of them in stock. But what I did get was a couple of 40 count fabrics. Her son Graham is dyeing fabric now. Her Wabi Sabi collection is actually dyed by her son Graham, and so it's called Graham Cracker Fabrics. So I got a gray was the name, the name of the color set was like Tea Set or something, and then I got one called Graham Cracker, which I thought was really cool. So that started my day off right. Actually, what started my day off right was I saw on my Facebook feed somebody had posted a video that has gone viral of a family doing, like, I guess they do karaoke family nights, and they sang the One Day More from Les Mis. OMG. If this hasn't come across your Facebook feed, I recommend you go to YouTube and do a search. I mean, this isn't just like a regular family doing karaoke. These are like professional singers all in one family. It was amazing. It was just, I love Les Mis. I love the music. So, it just totally made my morning. I shared it both on my personal page and on the Jan Hicks Creates stunning Facebook design, or stunning cross-stitch designs Facebook page. Some kind of strange fuzz going on here. Yeah, just amazing. So that was the start to my day. Yes, I'm checking on Sasha again. 3, 4, 5, 6. Poor kitty. See, I can't wait to get that fabric and check it out. I was saying, telling Laura Duet, I heard from her this morning that I need to have more 40 count fabrics in my fabric stash. So this gives me a couple more. I'm looking forward to, the colors look scrumptious. So I'm looking forward to see what those look like in real life. I just got fat quarters, nothing real big, but you know, big enough to be useful. So anyway, did I start to say, I started to talk about what we're doing this weekend. I guess the thing is I don't really know. We were, like I said, we were going to go downtown. I have to go downtown. We haven't been to the Palace yet downtown. So I want to do that and maybe get to the Summer Palace before we go. But we'll probably do some of that. We'll do that next weekend. Next weekend is when we got the appointment for the maintenance for the car. Yeah, so we'll have to break the lease on the Honda. We'll have to break the lease here at the apartment. It is what it is, right? Not much we can do about it. I hope to get up to the North Shore this weekend. I've said that the past couple of weeks, I know. But it's been a while since we've been up there. It'd be nice to just go and chill for one evening, have dinner up there and catch a sunset. Of course, a lot of it's going to depend on how the kitty's doing. So, who knows? Send up good thoughts for Sasha. Poor baby kitty. You know, besides this whole diabetes thing, he's a pretty darn healthy cat. And this came on so suddenly. Everything else has been normal. His stool's been normal. He's peeing normal. And then just bam, yesterday everything stopped. So I don't know. Just marking off my stitches in Knit Companion. The other thing that stitching these does for me is, oh, for heaven's sakes, helps me decide if things look normal. Like I noticed when I was stitching the N that the chart has this one row lower. I left off this so that it's even across, so I have to go in and fix that. So, you know, stitching these definitely helps. And yes, I do appreciate all you people who sent me emails that you're happy to test stitch for me. And I will be reaching out to you at some point. I'm not quite comfortable enough. You know, I think I'm still uncertain enough of my designing to say, yeah, I think this is pretty good. It's ready for you to test and see what you think. You know, things like how the colors are blending. I need to see that for myself. And anyway, go from there. But I'll get there. I mean, I'm happy. And a large part of it is just my own lack of self-confidence, right? I'm still growing in that direction, since this is a new endeavor for me, basically. But oh, my brain is just exploding. Oh, I think that went off. Yep, looks like I lost the iPad or the GoPro. Alright guys, I don't know what they're doing next door, but obviously you're probably hearing that awful whining sound, and that's not conducive to a good video. So I am going to say goodbye for now. I will see you again on Monday. Let me go to my list here. See if I can find my list of other videos. If Evernote will cooperate with me. Alright. have these in any sort of order, you know, like I have been doing. They're all over the place. Somebody requested stitching with beads. Like I said, that will take like 2 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. But I will be back on Monday with something. Maybe I will just do stitching with beads. We shall see. Until then, guys, you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.